Welcome back to Rayden's Armory, everybody, and today I'm going to be talking about a very special offering that was recently released at River's Edge Cutlery. It is a River's Edge Cutlery exclusive and is done by Berg Blades. This was the Berg Blades Barber. Now, this was a very cool knife. I instantly saw it on their Instagram, and I saw that they were doing a button lock version of this, and it was the first version released, and River's Edge Cutlery wanted to work with them. These are cool because what really gravitated to my attention from this knife was that Berg Blades was releasing this, and it was also done by the OEM of Reate. If you guys don't know, Reate is a really high-quality brand that produces somewhat, honestly, the best fit and finish in the whole world. They are made overseas, but because of that, they're able to keep their prices pretty competitive compared to other high-end American-made knives and stuff like that. They're able to keep it very competitive, and their knives feel like, honestly, knives that you'd see in the multi-$1,000 range. So that's what's very cool about Reate, and I'm so glad that they were able to partner up with them. Without further ado, I'm going to show off the one I got. This is actually the bright titanium with the bright stonewash finish. Now, I was absolutely stunned when I saw this because I noticed they had a bright stonewash finish, which looked very similar to Hinderer knives. If you guys know anything about Hinderer knives, they're an American-made brand, and they do a crazy finishes, and I'm actually going to show you that pretty soon, a comparison with that stonewash finish. But just take a second and look at this. The machining done by Reate on this blade is absolutely amazing. I was so shocked. I was shocked about actually how much bigger it was in my hand than I saw in pictures, and the way it kind of reflects that light and kind of plays the light a little bit is very cool. I'm going to start from the bottom here. We have some, I think, T8 hardware right here, T8 Torx screws right here. We have a really cool milled backspacer, making it pretty minimalistic, but also simple and also very nice and flush. The way these handles are done are completely almost contoured and making the knife feel just absolutely amazing in the hand. We also have this cool milled titanium pocket clip, which actually works really well. It's really simple, but it really gets the job done, and it really keeps the hand free from any hot spots and stuff like that. So it really goes well with the lines of the knife. These are pretty thick slabs of titanium that are milled, as you can see those cutouts in there, keeping the weight down at a pretty light. I think this is about 5 ounces, and it really does a good job staying in the pocket and feeling like a smaller knife, honestly. But yeah, this way the handle is, the ergonomics are absolutely great. They're very simple. You have a single index finger cutout right here that's completely chamfered, rounded off, and contoured, done by Reate. And we also have this really cool pivot collar, which looks like a really high polished titanium pivot collar, done in a really bright stonewash polish. Actually, just a huge, big polish done there. Very cool. And then we have a really thick blade. Obviously, you can see that this blade has these really cool pillar thumb studs with this cool riveting on the sides to get a good grip, and then it's polished and rounded off on here. And then this blade is crazy. This is going to be M390 steel. Reate does a really good job with their heat treating on M390, and they do a really good job with the finish and all that. They know what they're doing over there. And this blade is this Barber type blade that you would see people do when they would get grooming and stuff like that. But this is obviously more towards EDC, and it's just that kind of the more reminiscent towards that look and old-fashioned look, but now is able to be used for an EDC format in someone's carry. This is a huge hollow grind. Look at the size of that dip that the steel has. It goes in and it kind of concaves and then comes back out slightly to create that really slicey lightsaber edge. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to compare it real quick with the stonewash finish that Hinderer Knives does, which is some of honestly the best finishes I've ever seen in the knife community that is coming out of Hinderer right now, and I'm going to show you that right now. This is the XM18 3.5 inch. You guys seen this knife before? Yeah, I customized this one with the horsehead textured titanium stonewash scale. I can't believe I was able to get that on the website, but I was able to get that. It also has those flamed horsehead titanium scales. Pretty cool. This is the Spanto blade shape as well. But look how similar the blade finishes are. They're almost exactly the same. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that they were able to accomplish that really shiny stonewash. But knowing Reate, obviously they're able to do that and exceed our expectations. But yeah, this knife turned out really, really cool. I'm really happy. It is really comparing to these higher end American made knives. So I'm like, yeah, that's pretty sick. Here's the size comparison to it real quick. It's a little bit smaller, but that blade's gonna be so broad and so slicey. I already tried cutting it with some paper and stuff. It's absolutely really, really slicey. But yeah, I love the way it kind of dips out here, and then it has this huge cutout right here. I think it's very, very cool. It doesn't have much of a tip, but it'll still be able to puncture stuff, and then that huge belly that's along the entire knife will really just cut through material really, really well. You can you put your index finger up here too and do really nice draw cuts and stuff like that, or even your thumb right here with pretty generous jimping that works really well. Or you could just put it here in the dip that's done by the blade shape on the spine. You really push the material really well, and the ergonomics work really, really well with that. You also have this blanks ricasso here with this huge cutout here, the sharpening cutout, which also works really well for like a choil. And my finger is close to the edge, but it's not going to get cut by it. It's pretty rounded off. And yeah, it's just really, really nice. You can see the Berg's blades logo right there with the two capital B initials for Berg blades. And yeah, now I'm going to talk about obviously the elephant in the room is that it's a button lock. And I got to say, this action on this knife is what really, really made it just absolutely astonishing for me. I have a few button locks in my collection. If you guys recently checked out my video, I did a overview and review of my VECP button lock. And I think the button lock on this is great, but it's a lot different than other button locks. Versus if I'm going to compare those button locks to something like the ProTech Malibu, which you guys know, which is kind of one of the first popular button lock that everyone had just caught the community by storm, right, was how fidgety this was. That ProTech released it on bearings, and it was super clicky, and there wasn't any lock stick, and it was super strong. All that different stuff. But this button lock's a lot different than the Malibu button lock. It's a little more slower, it's a little more controlled, and you can really feel the tightness of tolerances that Les George was able to accomplish on the VECP. But in comparison to that, I think this is a little more like the Malibu button lock. Although the action on this is even better than the Malibu. I think the button is a lot better and easier to actuate. It sticks out a lot more, and there's a really generous cutout here. And you just kind of press it in because the thickness and the weight of the blade and the way they did the bearings and stuff on this knife. Actually, I think these might be on. Oh yeah, okay, it is bearings. Yeah, it's just so smooth. And I think because the polishing the blade is also helping with that. And obviously the tight tolerances of their engineering over there. But yeah, it is honestly, this is the best button lock I've ever felt. Not saying that the Malibu's bad, it's just, this one is just truly next level. And I just love the way it just drops shut. Just instantly, But you can also kind of see, I'll show you right there. Yeah, it's just crazy. And the way the thumb studs are too really work well. It's right there where your thumb's going to be. So I just barely flick it out and it's already ready to just kind of jump out. It's also got this front flipper tab right here, which actually works really well. This is the first front flipper I've ever had. It actually works really well. It's got this really fine jimping up here that's able to really catch your finger, and then you can just kind of roll it out. And because the detent is so finely tuned on here and so good, and it's very, very, very crisp, that every time it's gonna just lock up instantly every time you flick it with your thumb. And you can also spidey flick with this because the way the thumb stud is, it's pretty equivalent on this side and this side, so you're gonna have the same amount of space, and your finger's just gonna be able to catch it every single time, honestly. But yeah, I love this knife, guys. I don't know how many they're gonna be making. I actually went on the Berg Blades website, and these seem to be like they're going to be pretty limited. In fact, I even looked inside, and as you can see, there's a number in there. This is number 36. I don't know how many were in per each run of the different variants of this knife, because there's a PVD one, there was a Damasteel one, there was the heavy stonewash, and then there was this bright stonewash, right? I have the bright stonewash one, and I don't know how many were of each of the variants, and I don't know when these are going to be stopped being made. All I know is that River's Edge Cutlery partnered up with Berg to do it, and I don't know. I honestly hope they're going to do more of them. But the fact that people were able to get their hands on them is absolutely awesome. I'm thinking that this design will come back in the future because of how popular it is, and how popular and how quickly they sold out on River's Edge Cutlery. So that's what I'm hoping, guys. I don't know for sure though. But if you are going to somehow get your hands on this on the secondary market, or you're going to do trades with people, I would absolutely say yeah. I mean, obviously don't pay an arm and a leg for it, but above the retail price. But if you're able to get if you want to check it out, it's absolutely a beast. I love it. I am so happy I was able to get this, and I can't honestly say more great things about it because the ergonomics and then the way it feels and the slicing ability is just next level, and the action. I love it. Yeah, guys, so I kind of just wanted to talk about this knife, and I wanted to kind of show it off, and it's really well-rounded, and I think it's really, really neat. It kind of has a niche to it where you kind of have that classic knife that people like to see, the aesthetic of it, right, and the look and feel of it, and obviously the work done by Reate is just truly masterful, truly. And I'm very happy I was able to get my hands on it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and looking at this cool blade from River's Edge Cutlery. Check out that retailer. It's a great retailer. I love shopping from them. And obviously, keep an eye out on Berg Blades products. These products are absolutely awesome, this design that they did over there. Keep checking it out. I saw a few knives that they were doing. They looked really cool. I don't know where you can get them besides going on the Berg Blades website. Check that out too. But yeah, just check out the brand in general too. I think they're doing a really good job, and you can't go wrong with a Reate build, right? Reate knife. So yeah, just want to show that off, guys. I hope you found this a little bit entertaining, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment. I love to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate your guys' feedback, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you, guys. Keep checking on the channel. There'll be more updates and videos coming up. Turn on those notification bells. Never miss a video, right? All right, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you.